Let's adjust the camera. Greetings and salutations. Welcome back to Kerno EXP live stream. Tonight we're going to address paintwork. Now I'm going to turn this aircraft into a night fighter stroke bomber because it's a fighter bomber. And tonight we're going to paint the very bottom black. Yeah. So let's make a start. Let's hopefully the cat doesn't come in and terrorize again. Okay, so we'll start with the rear part. So we're going to do this a bit rough because I think during the war they would have done it basically freehand as well. So this wouldn't be immaculate, if you know what I mean, folks. Because I think back during the war they would have they wouldn't worry about precision paintwork. It would just be all handiwork, if you know what I mean. So we're not going to do it precise. We're going to do it exactly as they would have done back then, because it was necessity rather than beautification, basically. This will probably be the last live stream this week. So we don't plan to do any more this week, unfortunately, because we've got a couple of things we need to take care of. Oh dear, that was a bit windy, wasn't it? So tomorrow night, folks, if all goes to plan, we're going on a paranormal investigation with the group that we went with last time. Nice group of people. Enjoyed working with them. Hello, Chris. You all right, mate? Oh, right. Yeah. Well, we're here for a while tonight. What we're doing is, as you might be able to see, look, we're actually doing this aircraft that we've been working on, which is the Bristol Beaufighter. We are doing it in night fighter scheme or night. So we've just got the rear bit done there now. So we'll just move across to the the rear bit here now. So see if we can do a reasonably nice job there. Lumps? No lumps here. No. So he's meant to go out today. Adam popped over today because we was gonna do another investigation, which has been on the back burner for a little while, and that was the a gun emplacement at RAF Portreif, which is on the public side. We call it the bus shelter, but it's not a bus shelter. But you'd be forgiven for thinking, if you've seen it, that you would be forgiven for my impersonation or pronunciation of it, because it does, to the untrained eye, look like a bus shelter. But it's not, folks. It's not a bus shelter. Hope everybody's liked the engine house video I did. We do know a fair bit about engine houses, because obviously before all this hoo-ha about the you-know-what started, I was a tour guide at a well-known site. And we've been doing that for 10 years. Craig, hello there. The Urban Legend, hello there. You're right, mate. And I've got a bit of a mess there. I need to take care of that. I need. Oh, it's gassy. Right. Yep, go and subscribe to the Urban Legend. He's brilliant. He produces some brilliant videos. Very like-minded chap. So please go and sub to him, folks. He is really good. He's from up the north of England, up in Manchester, I believe. So go and show the Urban Legend some love, folks. So tomorrow we're going to the north of Cornwall, which is, I'm not going to say where it is at the minute, because obviously I can't really do that. But yeah, it's an area that has been known for being paranormally active, folks. Hey, Urban Legend, you're welcome, mate. No worries. Yes, it's very active paranormally, so it should be a good one. He says. Yet again, it might be an epic fail, but we'll find out, won't we, folks? Yes, we did manage to fly the drone the other day, obviously by those engine houses. If you know where that is, it's just outside of Camborne, a place called Troon, and there is a museum close by, which is well worth a visit. And it's King Edward Mine, and they've got basically a complete processing side of mining there, museum. They've got a California stamps there. Noodles. What does noodles mean, mate? Not the ones you eat, of course. Right, let's see if we can get this right without cocking this up. I still don't really understand what you mean by noodles. Sorry, it might sound that I don't really understand modern slangs too much, unfortunately. So I'm old school, like, you know. Right, so. Ah, right, okay. No worries, mate. Yes, it did, Chris. Yeah, we've got it. It's going to be done. We're going to make a start on it before Christmas, so that'll be cool, won't it? Yeah, great, Craig. Thanks, mate. Yeah, cool. Glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, so yeah, I do know my stuff about engine houses because obviously I used to, obviously before all this situation started, I was a tour guide for the National Trust at a Cornish engine house site, which is Eastpool Mine. They are closed now. I didn't go back this year because I was just a bit concerned about certain things and so on and so forth. So I'm not sure if I'm going back next year at the moment, but I may do. See how it goes, basically. But yeah, I did share the video quite extensively on social media. So that's why it's done quite well, I believe. I haven't really checked how many views it's had, but I know it's done fairly well, which is good. So we've got some more drone flights planned, but not sure if the weather is going to play ball at the moment. The weather for the next week is not looking great for drones, even though we've got Mavic Air 2. It doesn't always like the high wind. It is a lot better in the air than the Mini 2, which I will fly, but there's no way I'd be able to fly the Mini 2 at the moment because obviously the wind for that is just a bit too high. The Mavic Air 2 does withstand higher winds than obviously the Mini 2, but it's basically, it is subject to the wind, and we basically don't want to damage it, really. You know, yeah, well, Craig, a good starting drone, basically, you know, if you just want to start out in the hobby, if you've got the money for it, is the Mini 2 or the Mavic Mini, which is the original one, which DJI released well over a year ago. I think it's coming on 2 years ago now. We did have, we started with the Mavic Mini, which is the first one, and the Urban Legend. Yeah. Well, it's a good drone. It really is. I'm not knocking it at all, but I sold it to someone that we worked with on YouTube, and I'm not sure if he's used it yet or no, but I'm sure he's very happy with it. But starting off in drones, it's always best to get a drone that if you did crash it, then if it were to get damaged, and obviously if you didn't, say for instance, if you bought the Mavic Mini, the Mini 1, if you bought it second hand, then and you crashed it, then it's not going to be so painful, if you know what I mean. Because say if you bought the Mavic Mini 2 and you bought the Fly More combo and you crashed it, then I could understand you being gutted, because it's going to cost well over 500 quid to get the Fly More combo. We've got that. I haven't crashed that one, but I don't intend to crash it. But if you bought yourself a second-hand Mini 1 to start with, then that would probably be the best situation, really. But if you've flown drones before, then I would suggest an even bigger one, like Mavic Air 2, the Mavic Zoom, or something down that road. You know, we look up to a big YouTuber. His name's Matthew Williams, The Secret Vault. I've learnt a lot through his videos over the few years that we've been watching now. And what Matthew doesn't know is really not worth knowing, as the urban legend would agree. Two Wheel Exploration, good evening. How are you, sir? It's great to see you today. It doesn't matter that you're late, you're here, so that's great. Thank you for popping along. The more the merrier, as they say. So I'm not showing my face at the moment. Well, actually, I could actually get you a bit better view, because it's a bit crap view there, isn't it? There you go. Is that better? See my fat gut in the way now. Yeah, so Adam is brilliant with knowledge on the subject of World War II. I do know a little bit. I confess I don't know it all. I don't. But what Adam knows is amazing, you know. So thank you, Adam, for tagging along with us, really. You know, it certainly enhances the videos, I must say, you know, which is really good. We've been a bit lacking this week on videos, unfortunately, folks. As Adam would know, the weather in Cornwall has been not very good, to say the least. So we've got one wing. Whoops, wrong one. Sorry, hang on, back to front. One wing, and that part going nicely now. Yeah, like Adam said, we did have somewhere to go today, and it is a World War II location, but because the weather hasn't really played ball, we just couldn't do it, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame. Yeah, it has been dire, yeah, which is not terribly good, is it? So I've been digging in my kit bag, and I found something that I forgot I had, and it's going to be handy for me and Adam's explorations, because yeah, it's getting there, mate. The jet ball I've got is really only suitable for boiling water and possibly soup. Now, when I'm out and about, I do like to take a couple of eggs with me, put some bacon, some mushrooms, and some bread and whatever, and have a bit of a fry up, you know. So as soon as I've done this, painted this wing, we'll show you what I've actually discovered from my kit, which I forgot I had, basically. So we're not far off finishing this now, or the painting job anyway. So the next kit, Craig, thank you for subscribing to Adam, mate. That's brilliant. Adam really knows his stuff, so you know that's great. Thank you. I'm sure he will thank you himself. Now, down at the Lizard, Two Wheel Exploration actually discovered, well, I've known about the site for a while, but had a look around a former nuclear site from the Cold War. So on one of Adam's videos, he did say that he wanted to go back to have a look. So I'm not sure we're going to do that this year, but possibly early next year. Depends on if we can fit it in around Adam and so on and so forth. But we would like to go down there and gain access to that bunker and have a little jolly around and have a look. So that's on the list of things to do next year, or early next year. Also next year, we're bringing back, or not bringing back, but we're going to commence boat adventures. Those of you who have subscribed for a long time know that we've got a inflatable rib, which is only being used twice, you know, and we've got an outboard with it. It's an unconventional outboard, actually. It looks like a strimmer engine. It is kind of, but it does work. So with Adam and a couple of other members of the crew, Chris and David, we'll venture over towards Falmouth area and have a jolly up and down the river, and probably launch the drone from the boat. So that would be cool, wouldn't it? There's a few creeks up and down there that we want to have a look at. We want to basically motor up with the boat and then send the drone over and do a aerial investigation. There's an old I don't know, I think it's a gunpowder mill or something like that. There's an old mill just up. It's not far from Truro, but it's not Truro. But yeah, we want to look at that. Now, as you can see, what Adam has just said, RAF Treleaver R6 rotor station. Go and check his video out, folks. It's brilliant. We did go down there some time ago to explore the buildings opposite that. So kind of, I've done that, but Adams hasn't done that, and Adam's done the bunker, and I haven't done the bunker. So between the two of us, we've got a video basically of the whole site. But we want to, well, I would like to go down there and document it as well. So it's on our channel basically. So that, I reckon that will be quite good. That is on the list to do, and I think that will be coming. I don't know about now for a little while, but it definitely will be coming. I'm guessing in the new year, to be honest. But we all know that January and February, those months are quite cold, so it's possible we may not do that for a little while, but we shall see, folks. It cannot be ruled out. Right, there we are. Let's get the lid on that. There we go. Righto. There we are, folks. That part is now finished. Now, what I wanted to show you, if I just move this carefully to the side without making a complete cock up, there we go, is this. Now, you're probably wondering, what the hell has he got there? It goes with this. Now, what this is this. Take the lid off, you pull it out. And what you do is you fold that one out, that one out, that one out, and then you've got the regulator right there. I'm not going to do it, I'm not going to screw it on, but it basically, you take the lid off that. Oh, actually, I will screw it on. We'll do it. Just shut that valve in it. So you get that, and you just screw it on there like that. Good evening, Darren. Hello, mate. Hope you're good. Yeah, so you make sure it's on tight, because obviously you're dealing with gas. And then you can put something like this on, which I know Adam will know where this come from. So you can have a brew, or you can actually use frying pan, folks, or a soup bowl, or anything like that. So, you know, this is going to give us more scope for when we're cooking. So we've got we've got the jet boil, which is here. So this one is exclusively, I'm going to use this one exclusively this one here, for doing coffees, and if you want hot water. Yes, as Adam said, we're going to do a joint video soon. Not just me and Adam. We're hoping to have some more other guys, including Darren there. We hope Darren can make it to this location. I'm not going to say too much about it at the minute because I don't want to give it away, but I'm sure Adam will tell Darren more about it. We're going to do that before Christmas, hopefully. So it should be good. So we're basically going to go to a World War II location, and we're going to have a Christmas cook-up, basically. So it should be really good. Should be brilliant. So I should take this. I should take this as well, because this is going to be very handy, I think. So now I've got to try and unscrew it all without the gas coming in. So just make sure it's shut and just unscrew it quickly. There we go. Might get a bit of gas coming out, but there we go. It's out. Put the cap back on. Sorted. The urban legend. I haven't actually done any camping for a long time. I used to be into it a big way, but over the last probably 3 years we haven't actually done anything. But yeah, so I've owned this little thing here for quite a while. I forgot I had it, to be honest, but it's a good piece of kit. You know, it's I bought it in our local DIY shop. It's called Max Salvers, and it's actually it's made by Highlander, folks. Can you see that? Highlander, which is quite a good make, to be honest. And yeah, I forgot I had it. So another tool for, like, for instance, if you get a power cut, or you're in a survival situation, then you know this is really good. It's not very good in the wind. This is the only bad thing about it. Yeah, I used to do a lot of wild camp. I never paid to go to a campsite ever, you know, so I don't believe in paying to go into a campsite. I just believe to basically get to a location, get your tent up, get your sleeping bag in, get your stove on, get your food on, have a drink, and then next day pack up, first light and gone again, and leave no trace. It's best to leave no trace. I went camping a long time ago down at West Cornwall, near the Crowns at Batalic, which we all know is owned by the National Trust. And I had a yellow tent, and it stood out like a sore thumb. And there was this woman that came up. She says, "Oh, you can't camp here." I said, "Why not? There's no signs." She said, "Well, you can't camp here." I said, "Well, I am, and that's it." But she was quite irate about it, which, to be honest, it's always best to go the stealth road, i.e. a camouflage gear, or a tent that's not bright, dark blue, something like that, which doesn't stand out. Now, another thing about camping gear as well, some time ago we bought these. Don't know if you can see that or no, but what they are is these here. Just unclip them a minute. We're at 2 sets. It's a camping, I don't know if you can see that very clear, a camping knife and fork made by Summit, and they're actually designed for camping, but they're really good. They're a bit grubby actually, need a clean, but they're made with aluminium. So yeah, really good. So we got 2 sets of those. I forgot I had these as well. So yeah, 2 sets. I did have the spoons, but I think they've got lost in action basically. So I don't know where they are. Yeah, McSalvers is my favourite shop, and they cater for all manner of things. So you got these little carabiners which clip together. We just keep them together like that. So yeah, it's a good idea. I like to be prepared. I am a bit of a prepper. We're lucky that we haven't had any power cuts like the north of England, Scotland and what have you. I think, to be honest, people of Scotland are probably used to having power outages and things like that, because in the winter, as we all know, they get snowed in. In Cornwall here, we do get snow, but it's not very often. And it causes loads of chaos because people just don't expect it, basically. I ride a motorcycle all the time, and this is my main source of transport, as I know Adam from Two Ball Exploration is. And when it's snowing, I'm grounded, basically. I just use me feet. So yeah, we're going to do a paranormal investigation tomorrow at North Cornwall with the group that we went with before, Dark Angel Paranormal. I think she's on Instagram. And we're going to this location which is supposedly haunted, but we shall see. So what we'll be filming on is, in night vision, is this is the Bob Love body camera. A lot of YouTubers use these. I don't know if the Urban Legend, mate, have you got one of these? I don't know. I think you might have. And also we use this device as well. This is the Dji Osmo Pocket. As you can see, it's a gimbal, basically a gimbal camera. And that's what I use mostly these days. I can record in 4K on this, but as I said before, we tend to use 1080p. It just doesn't take so much out of the SD card. Also, tomorrow I'm going to take this, which we haven't taken out for a long time. I'm going to have to charge it up, I think, tonight. But we've got this camera here, which has hardly been used. It's the, what is it? It's a Kodak Pix Pro, and it's got optical on it. So it's you can zoom in and out with it, basically. So it's quite cool. It's quite a nice camera. It's actually waterproof. I bought it initially for the boat, but obviously we haven't really used the boat a great deal. But it's a good camera, to be fair. I'm really pleased with it. I'm going to have to charge it up, actually. I better do that now while I'm thinking about it, because we'll need it tomorrow. I've got a nice SD card in it now. I don't know what size I've got there in a minute. Let's open that. Yeah, so what size SD card have I got? A 32 gigabyte, which is good enough because I'm only going to take pictures with it. So what I'll do now is I'll just stick the USB in it right now before I forget. Here we go. It's in there. It's charging away. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. What's going on here? Oh, dear. Right, there we are. No panic. Yeah, Adam. I had an incident a few years ago when it snowed. I was up near Four Lanes, you know where that is, and Four Lanes usually gets the weather before us lot down here, because we're down low and Four Lanes is on high ground. And I was coming back from a friend's house and it snowed, and there was a load of horse crap on the road and it was all icy. Now I didn't see the horse crap, I just lost it, and the bike went one way and I went the other, which my father always said to me, if anything like that happens, get straight back on the bike, otherwise you won't go back on it again, like, you know, which is not recommended, is it? Right, any questions, folks? Do you have any questions you want to ask, or do you have any ideas for flying the drone in Cornwall? Because we're based in between Camborne and Redroof, and at the moment I'm just doing a 10-mile radius, basically, because we've got to change the front tire on our bike because it's got a few hairline cracks in it. But once that's sorted, we'll be back up to usual bombing about, basically. But basically, the areas that we cover usually when the bike's all good is from here all the way down to Land's End area, all of West Cornwall, all of the Lizard, and as far up as possibly around the Bodmin area. But we haven't really ventured up North Cornwall a great deal this year. It's because it takes so long to ride the bike up there, basically. We do want to go up to Davidstow Airfield to have a look around there, because I've rid the bike, our little Simba, which is the Honda Night clone. She's actually been up there, and yeah, that's true, Adam. Yeah, I have done that before. Yeah, because obviously, you know, when you've got a bigger mass on the ground, you've got more grip. So yeah, that is always a good idea. I always carry a pump with me, and I always carry a motorcycle puncture repair kit. And I've also got the what have I got? Greetings to Ghost Adventures of Cornwall. Hello. Thanks for joining. Hope you guys are okay. I would like to watch your stream tomorrow, but we're out investigating as well. North Cornwall should be a good one. I don't know if you guys have been there now. I can't really say where we're going, but off chat I can let you know, because we don't want trolls. You know. But I don't know if you guys have had that trouble or no. Probably not. Yeah, we try and keep locations quiet until afterwards, like, you know. Put the sheep. Yeah, you got to watch them people up there. They are a bit different, aren't they? Dare I say it? Yeah, so I think I don't know, Mark, if you and Haley have done this place or no. I'm not sure, but if you haven't, then I will give you a Google Maps pinpointer so you can do it. I think you have. I might send you a private message actually right now. Actually, I can do that on my phone. Hang on a minute. Because I know you guys are off tomorrow, aren't you? It's always best not to give out locations, folks, beforehand. But I trust Ghost Adventures of Cornwall, so, you know. Right. Oh, what's on here? Oh, dear. Oh, my God. It's going nuts. Oh, my God. Right, okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to leave the room a minute, folks, because otherwise I'm going to give it away. Hopefully you didn't hear that. If you heard that, then it's finished. But yeah, so it should be good. We've heard a few things about it, and we believe that there is something there. You have been there, right? Yeah, cool. Yeah. Don't know what the condition of the site is. Is it kind of derelict, semi-derelict? But yeah, it should be interesting, I think. I might take me brew kit with me so I can do a brew when we're there. So I'm going to try and record in most of the video. Well, it's going to be recorded in night vision on this, which the other videos that we got of the paranormal investigation that we did at Penhale and the care home up at North Cornwall, we in the night vision ones are filmed on this, and I think, to be honest, it's good. It's okay. It's perfectly acceptable. And like I said before, the other videos are done on this little device here, which is the Osmo Pocket, which is pretty good as well. I'm going to take your radio with us, Mark. So we're going to use that. We've also got the Necrophonic app, and obviously the night vision, and we've got the old faithful K2. So hopefully we can get some good evidence there. Yeah, well, the thing is, ghost investigating, it's how you take it. My mum has been into paranormal stuff for years, and my gran used to be into it as well. So it's kind of like something that we've been interested in for many years. If you do this sort of thing, then you must do this protection spell, which basically stops them from attaching with you and coming home, basically. So, because you don't want that. So, yeah, we're going to be doing more up at North Cornwall next year. I want to get up to Davidstow. I know I've been there. I've been there a few times now. But we want to document the World War II side of it, basically, because there's loads of buildings up there which are left from when the airfield was active. Now, we know that the control tower is paranormally active. We know that quite a few paranormal investigators, including Ghost Adventures of Cornwall, have been there more than once, I believe. And that control tower is very active. I think what it is, it's air crews that didn't make it back, and basically their attention is sucked towards that control tower, Pengursik Castle, yeah, I've been there. I've took a picture outside around the rear where the arched door is, and there was like a shadow figure stood there, basically. I don't know if I've got that picture. It probably is on Facebook somewhere, but where exactly, I don't know. But this is well over 10 years ago, probably 15 years ago, early 2000s. And yeah, Most Haunted have been there, and quite a few others as well, including Ghost Adventures of Cornwall. They've been there. The place is active, but I've never investigated there. Yeah, Davidstow. Yes, mate. Yeah. So that is very interesting to me, because obviously from that airfield you can actually see the moor, the Brown Willie and Menator, I think it's called, which are the hills over in the distance. It's basically just up from Camelford, I believe. But yeah, it's quite a trek from here in Poole all the way up to Davidstow. Yes, my little bike, she's been up there twice, I think. Yeah, it's twice we went up that way. And I'll tell you something, it took a while. It did take a while. Huh. Yeah. So I hope everybody's enjoyed the videos that we've produced so far. We've got a lot more planned for next year. Yes, yeah. Yeah, I believe that quite a few air crews crashed around there, because obviously in the winter months that airfield is really fogged over. I believe it's very difficult to land. So I think that's partly why some of the air crews crashed. It would be nice to locate where they crashed, like we've been researching in the past with the Spitfire pilot. Me and Adam did a bit of research recently, a place called Mola, which is not far from Redroof, and it's not really far from Porthtowan, and it's not far from RF Portreif. Now, this Spitfire pilot, basically, he wanted to land, and there was an air raid up at, where's the airfield called again? I can't think now. Adam will know straight away. The airfield just up past near Newquay. It's not the excuse me, frog in the throat, folks. So basically, he was on manoeuvres and he tried to land the airfield where he's based at. There was an air raid taking place, and he couldn't land because all the lights were out and just couldn't see. And basically, he came down this way and tried to land, but all the airfields were blacked out because of this air raid. And he's running low on fuel, and basically he crashed at just outside of Mola, and it's less than half a mile from RAF Portreif. St Eville, there you go, Chris. Chris got it. So he's based at St Eville, he was, and he crashed, and he was killed at the site. Now we pinpointed exactly where he crashed, and we spoke to the landowner because he was just happened to be close by, getting ready to feed his horses, and he didn't want us to go on the land because the horses they get a bit frantic around other people and so on and so forth. But he did allow me to fly the drone over, so we flew the drone over. You might have seen Adam's video. He'd done a brilliant job on a tribute to the pilot. We are probably the only people since he crashed that have actually done anything regarding that pilot. So I hope he's at peace wherever he is. Now there is another crash site. I don't know if it's one of these or a Blenheim, but just outside of Camborne, there's a crash site of, I don't know if it's one of these or a Blenheim. It could be a Blenheim actually. So we're going to do something there at some stage because we believe, I'm not 100% sure, but I think the air crew died there. And I don't know if it was a fuel problem again, but that's within a mile or 2 miles from RAF Portreif. The thing is with RAF Portreif, there's a lot of stuff that we don't know about it. Yeah, we know that it was a chemical weapons area during World War II. And after World War II, sorry, and obviously during the war it was a bomber station. There were Spitfires there. These aircraft were there. The Bristol Blue Fighter. These were based there. The Blenheims were based there, and there were some other aircraft besides that there as well. I did actually stumble across some archive footage of RAF Portreif during the war, and it is on the internet. If you were to research, you could find that, folks. It's intriguing to say the least. I would like to do a little bit more research over at what's the airfield called? It's down at the Lizard. I've forgotten the name now. Getting a bit tongue-tied now, folks. But yeah, so there's an airfield there. I can't remember the name of it actually. Let's have a look a minute. I'm sure we can get the name, folks. Just bear with us a minute. There we are. Go on there. Right, so let's zoom out of there a minute. It's a satellite station for RNAS Culdrose, basically. Predannick, folks. There you go. Predannick Airfield. Predannick Airfield is Navy now, but when it was created during World War II, it was RAF, Spitfire and Hurricane Base. And I have had a look over there. There is some interesting things. We're going to do a follow-up on that. I'm sure Adam will be very interested in tagging along with that one, because it's that kind of subject again, which we're very passionate about with, and I think that would be a most enjoyable one. And it's not really that far away. It's probably about 15, 16 miles from where I am now. So, totally within our range. Obviously, won't be doing that until we get our motorbike tyre sorted, because obviously that's a bit of a priority at the moment. Predannick, yeah, Predannick. Yeah, I know a security guard down there, and I think we can probably go there with permission, because we know that they've got some old aircraft there which they use for practice, and there is no fence, but there's a load of signs up saying don't go in there and what have you, but people do, and you aren't going to stop that unless you put a fence up. So, but I know people on the inside, so I think we can get permission to do that. So that would be brilliant. So I think a Sunday afternoon, or when they're not practicing, because obviously they do use it as a satellite station for Coldrows. They don't really publish when they're training. So I'm pretty sure we can get permission to get it in there. Now I've got to need to catch up with the comments there a minute. Chris, yeah, there is a few aircraft flying about. There's a couple of old ones. There's a few helicopters. There was a Harrier jump jet there. I think there's more than one. One definitely had an engine in it. But I think, to be fair, hello B, you're right. I think, to be fair, you can probably just go down the rear end and just walk in, basically, as long as you don't cause too much stink, basically. But I do know people, so I think I can arrange an official visit. All right, Chris, I didn't know that. Yeah, Darren, yeah, you can basically get straight in there with no issues at all. But I think dusk, if we go the unofficial road, then dusk would probably be the best bet. It's because you can guarantee that there's not going to be hardly anyone around. But I do know people that I can get permission from, basically. So I think that's probably the best road. But if I can't get permission for some reason, then we'll go down. Wellies are a must. The Bearded Explorer, you might have heard of him. He's been there, and he wore trainers, and he went this time of the year, and he got absolutely plastered in mud. So I usually wear the old wellies. Here are the old famous wellies, folks. These are not any old wellies. These are ex-South Crofty wellies. South Crofty is the last working tin mine in Europe, if you didn't know. And so yeah, I'm pretty sure we can arrange that possibly before Christmas, possibly early next year. But yeah, so you know, that's another upcoming video, folks, which will be good. Oh yeah, B, you definitely got to have wellies. Usually I've got the wellies on. The wellies are usually welded to my feet this time of the year, because the places where we've been, it's an absolute bog. I was down this lane recently with the bike, and it was raining, and it was all mud. And I started, because I went somewhere and looking at potential explorers, basically, and put her in first gear, and that way went, and all this mud went. Horrible stuff. We don't like mud, not really. But you know, Cornwall this time of year, you can't odds it. There's a lot of folk that come down here in the summer. They don't realise how bad we get it down here in the winter. You know, it is pretty bad at times. Army boots are brilliant. Yeah, my mate David, he's got a pair of golf. I think he's got a pair of boots that his mate got him. I'm not going to say too much about where he got them from, but they're military, and those, because they're almost like about a foot, you know. So yeah, basically army boots are brilliant. Yeah, Chris. Yeah, that's basically what I did last time I was there. I'm not sure I filmed it, to be honest. I don't think I filmed that. Yeah, that's owned by the National Trust, so we know. But yeah, that's basically, you can park up there and you can walk straight across down through the old farm, basically. A lot of folk don't really know about that, but I certainly do. But yeah. So our next big explore will probably be over there. Can't say a time at the moment, folks. It might be this year, it might be next year, I don't know. But you will all see the video. We've got this Christmas thing that we're doing with Two Wheel Exploration and Darren, and maybe another chap as well. So that should be good. So you guys will see that video before Christmas. I'm hoping to get the drone up over the next few days. I might get the drone up tomorrow, but I don't like flying it in the wind. The wind and the rain. The rain at the minute, it's actually raining right now, folks. It could be like a fog. It looks like foggy actually. Yeah, it's foggy outside right now, which is not terribly good. Can't fly the drone in the fog because obviously if I lose visuals on it, then that's bad news. But obviously it's got GPS and all that, so we can actually bring it back. And I have strobe lights, so we know where it is. That's interesting. Barnes Wallace. Now we certainly know that name. Yeah, so there's quite a few public footpaths around Prydain. Later on, actually right now, Adam, I'll ping you over a couple of locations that I've already done. I won't show this publicly. Whoops, come on. Right, so there we are. So where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It's disappeared. Bloody brilliant. Oh, there we go. All right. Oh, bugger, it's bloody well gone again. Sorry, folks, I'm multitasking here. Well, where is... No, that's not it, is it? No, I've lost... Oh, yeah, there we go. Right, yeah, so it's kind of over here. This is where we went. Right, Adam, I'm just going to ping you a location. I've done this, and it's a public footpath there. So we could venture to that bit and then kind of work our way down and across on the old airfield. There is a anti-aircraft battery there, which I want to look at, but that's on private land. Obviously, we know the score about private land. You can just go by the hair of your teeth. Just go with it, basically. Yeah, that was something to do with it there as well. Also, there's some anti-aircraft Stanton shelters, which I'll just ping over to you. These are Stanton shelters, Adam, like what we've seen already. And then the next one is the anti-aircraft battery, which I want to look at, but like I said, it is actually on private land. But I think if you went there at dusk, I don't foresee there being a problem, because I don't think anyone lives on site as such. Right, there you go, mate. I've sent you those locations. So just gives us a bit of something in our mouth to chew on, basically. You've got to chew it over and see what you think. But the first location I gave you, I've been there. There's a public footpath there, so that's all good. So that's pretty cool. There's a public footpath that goes through part of the airfield, so we can gain access to a couple of other old buildings there, which have got quite a few remains in them. So I think I've given you a nice little tidbits there to kind of ponder on over, like, you know. So yeah, we should be able to make a decent video out of that. So that would be cool. Oh, good. Right. Yeah. Brilliant. Yeah. So I filmed down there probably 2 or 3 years ago, and this was on a crap camera, basically. So obviously today, now we can record it in 1080p stroke 4K with gimbals and all that jazz, which is awesome. So I think we can make a really good video there, and I'm pretty sure there's a good parking area where you can just park the bikes out of the way. It's a museum. I didn't know that. No, I didn't know that. But yeah, there's generally the locations I've given you are pretty easy and pretty easy to get to. And like I said, 2 of them are on a public footpath, so you know we're well within our rights to be there, basically. But I think I'm going to talk to my contact who is with the MOD, so we might be able to get permission, which is cool, isn't it? Okay, folks, any other questions? Oh, right, okay, awesome. Yeah, there's a road that goes in there, and there's quite a few military buildings around there which are privately owned, and 1 or 2 is derelict. So that could be another potential explore as well. But there is a fair bit there to keep us occupied for a while, to be honest. So that's cool, isn't it, folks? So yeah, we've got quite a few hands in pies, if you know what I mean, folks. So we've got a few videos we couldn't get on with in the next month or 2. So but like Adam said earlier on one of his videos, this time of year the weather doesn't always play ball, and I can't really do as much as what I would like to do with the videos. I would like to do like 3, 4, 5 a week, but it's this time of year it's impossible. So there you are. Right, we're going to call it a night, folks. Do you have any other questions, or would you like to say anything before we call it a night? Because I've got to get to bed, because I'm going to be going up to North Cornwall tomorrow, so I need to get a good night's kip. Hope you enjoyed the live stream. We're going to be doing some more on this aircraft. We're going to be doing the wheels, the undercarriage. Going to be putting in the putting the bombs on, and then we're going to give it another coat of the green, and then once we've done with the paintwork, we'll put the glazing in. There's a gunner goes in here, and of course we've got to put the basically we've got to do a bit more paintwork on the figure. I found some more paints earlier, so we can actually do a little bit more detailing. So yeah, so there you go, folks. I'll try and get another live stream on for possibly Monday or Tuesday. I'll let you know in the community page on our Facebook, sorry, not Facebook, on the YouTube and on the Facebook group. So we'll let you know when we'll be live next. Yeah, that's that location, the last location I gave you, Adam. That is the anti-aircraft battery, I believe. I don't know what caliber they were, but they were obviously rapid fire. But I think with that site, because it's partially owned by farmer horse stables or whatever, that would be an ideal time, would be dusk, because obviously that won't draw up too much well, aggro. You know, the thing is, with being an urban explorer, folks, you're going to get aggro with landowners, and that is just part of it. But we know the law. Basically, trespass is not a crime, and if you're asked to leave, you leave. You don't tell them to piss off or anything like that. You just leave. Otherwise, you could be in deep shite, which is not good. Right, I'm going to call it now. So I hope you enjoyed the live stream. Thank you for everybody joining us. We'll be back again with another video tomorrow. I'm not sure I'll be able to release the video tomorrow because obviously we're doing the investigation, so it's going to be quite late. So Sunday morning, I think we'll get the video up. So thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you all again soon. Have a great weekend, folks. Cheers, Darren. Cheers, Adam. Cheers, B, Ghost Adventures of Cornwall, Chris, and everyone else that joined. We'll see you again soon. Thanks for joining. Cheers and gone. Cheers and